Boom! Greetings from YouTubeville. Once again, Danny Savage. Trying to rock the old school hat because I had a just not looking good, the old school hat. Had a little surgical procedure done earlier in the week where they had to take a piece of my scalp out. But my brain's still working, barely. Like, sub, and subscribe if you like it. Hold up. And this is an off week. Still the best beard on YouTube. All right, listen. I was going to do a 32 team mock draft, but that's just way too much. And this is way too early. So I'm only doing a 15 team mock draft. We're only 2 weeks into the NFL. And we're only 4 weeks, not even, we're 3 weeks into the college season. Fourth week, well, the fourth week technically started last night with Southern Alabama and Appalachian State. So we're having fun. Don't get pissed off if you don't like the draft order. I didn't make it. You know what I'm trying to say? So slow down. We're having fun here. Like I said, I did not make this draft order. They're just going by the NFL's schedule. The NFL teams out of what their schedule is. So don't be pissed off here. You know? All right. We got Cincy. Do I see that happening? No. But we got Cincy picking number one. Tratoria McMillan, wide receiver, Arizona. Did a video on this kid. He's 6'5", and he's just a beast. And the only reason I put him there is Cincy's problems with Jamar Chase. Are they going to sign him? Are they not going to sign him? That was my only rationality by giving him them. Or you can easily swap him out for the number one wide receiver. Could be Luther Burden out of Missouri, but you're going to hear his name pretty soon also. Unless Amika Ibuka starts blowing up, or, unless they start throwing to him, unless he leaves to, start working at a bowling alley, I don't know what he's going to do. But he's definitely a first-round pick. But I don't see him being anywhere near the top 2, top 3. That's just my opinion. But it's crazy early. And this is just having fun, people. All right, number 2, we got the Colts. And we gave him Travis Hunter from Colorado. Anthony Richardson needs weapons. Besides Jonathan Taylor, he's lacking. And Travis Hunter, let's be honest, man, this kid is... I think he's a better wide receiver than corner. And let's be honest, like, the days of going both ways are not going to happen in the NFL. It's not. So let's give the quarterback, I'm trying to say, a wide receiver with some capabilities if they got to throw him in at nickel or something like that. Do it like that. Number 3, Tennessee Titans are on the board. Ding, ding, ding. You like that shit, right? That's like high class sound effects. We throwing him Carson Beck, Georgia. I'm not sold on the Titans quarterback. I don't think they're sold on their quarterback either. And if they're in a position where the top 3 quarterback is within reach of them, I think they will take it or they'll trade the pick away. Like I said, we're having fun, and this is way too early. Next team, we got the Jaguars on the board at 4. James Pierce, edge, Tennessee. Bro, the kid's 6'5", 260. He's just a prototypical edge. And let's see what we can do for the Jaguars defense. All right, like I said, don't yell. There's that saying, don't shoot the messenger. I did not make this draft board. The rankings of the NFL teams. Next, we got the New York Giants, Big Blue. How I hate them. I know this is a channel for all 32 teams, but I truly, truly, I sound like Cartman from South Park. I truly, truly hate the Giants. They're lucking out with Quinn Ewers from Texas, quarterback, because the Danny Dimes experience, let's be honest, uh, it just hasn't worked out, and you just got to cut your loss. The Giants probably just going to clean house and just fire everybody. The Bowley, the coach, everybody. I mean, the Giants have some skill position, like they have some weapons at skill positions. Do they need a running back? Yes. So I see them going running back second round, but they have, and they do need some offensive line help, but they're not going to pass. They're not going to pass over Quinn Ewers at 5. Next, we got the Carolina Panthers, where quarterbacks go to die. And it's a little rich for me, but let's be honest. At this point, the Panthers need a quarterback very, very bad. So they got Shador Sanders fell into their lap at 6. Do I think Shador Sanders is worth the number 6 overall pick in the draft? No, not even close. I think, my personal opinion, is he going to go to the combine? Yes, he's going to blow it up. He's going to go crazy. He's crazy athletic. I think he's more of a late round pick because how many NFL owners and general managers want to deal with the circus that comes with him, especially with his dad. Like, if he's getting hit too much, what, his father's going to be on the phone and be like, yo, take my son out of the game? And he also said he doesn't want his son playing in he doesn't want his son playing in a cold weather environment. Last time I checked, North Carolina doesn't get that cold. Maybe he could do some rapping with Lil Wayne. 7, like I said, don't shoot the messenger. We're only going by teams' schedule. I mean, their rankings, their win losses. The Ravens are at 7, and if this was real, it'd be crazy. Luther Burden, wide receiver, Missouri. Like I said, this kid is a monster. He's a freak. Listen, you can flip a coin for number 1 wide receiver between Luther Burden and Jatoria McMillan from Arizona. It's like, but Jatoria McMillan has size over him. Like I said, it's all going to depend on what your franchise wants, what it needs. Like, some of them have drafting tendencies. Let's be honest. Look at the Raiders. You could be a horrible player, but if you want a 4-1 or 4-2, just ironically, the Raiders always have loved speed. Raiders are going to draft you if you're a speedster. So some teams do have drafting tendencies. Let's be honest. Let's look at Pittsburgh. They tend to be very conservative. New England Patriots, they tend to be very, very conservative. Teams, you got the Rams. This is like the first time they have a first-round pick in like 6 years, 7 years. So teams, when you take a step back and look at it, a lot of teams do have drafting tendencies. All right. Next one is Denver at 8, and they're getting Will Campbell, number 1 tackle on the board from LSU, and getting getting the number 1 upgraded offensive tackle at 8. I mean, that's right about in the area. I think he should go, but I also think with this just particular 15 team mock draft, I think that's also great value. Rams are picking number 9, and they get Mikel Williams, Georgia. Yo, this kid is a freak. This kid's like 6'6", 265. The only issue is he plays inside and he plays outside. So he's going to have to, in my opinion, he's one or the other. He's either going to have to spend a lot of time at Waffle House and bulk up and play inside, or in my opinion, they're going to play him outside in the NFL, or try to put as much weight on him as you can, and honestly, put him at 3 tech because he has the frame, bro, to put on. This kid has a frame to put on 20, 30 pounds. So you believe him at 3 tech and just be a monster. He could just be a wrecking crew, and boom, you have your replacement for Aaron Donald. And you got him at 9. Crazy, crazy. Next is the Patriots. They are a team that they draft conservative. Even without Belichick's gone, Kraft is still going to have a lot to do with the decision making. Sugar-free cranberry juice for the people that pay attention. Mason Graham, defensive tackle, Michigan. Listen, people, I'm the first one that knocks Michigan defensive tackles because they haven't put out a decent one since Rashawn Gary, and that was like 6 years ago, 5 years ago. It's just they haven't. Mozzie Smith, horrible. I mean, I wasn't a fan even of Chris Jenkins, but long story short, for the last 2 years, everyone's been pumping up Mozzie Smith, Chris Jenkins, and every single game of Michigan that I watched, I saw this other kid stand out. And I'm like, this kid is the best defensive tackle on that team. Granted, he was a freshman, then he did a sophomore, now he's a junior. Now he can come out. This kid is a monster. He's about 6'3", 330, plays with leverage, knows leverage. And when I tell you that he's not the typical Michigan tackle that just sits back and eats blocks, he has violent hands, bashes him right up in the offensive lineman's chest, bang, gets rid of him. And last year, he had a broken hand or a broken forearm. And last year, he was playing with a club on his hand. So for the last 2 years, in my opinion, Mason Graham has been the best defensive tackle on Michigan. So as a true freshman, he was a better defensive tackle than Maxi Pad Mozzie Smith. But what do I know? What do I know? 11, the Washington Redskins. Dan Quinn gets his Micah Parsons 2.0. Abdul Carter, 11. Is he an edge? Is he a linebacker? We don't know. Out of Penn State. He's a bigger version of Micah Parsons. I think he's more athletic than Micah Parsons. But I think the part that Dan Quinn's going to like more about him is he's bigger and he's going to move him around. I don't think, listen, like I said, we're only going into our 4th week of college football, and this is his first year playing edge. And now he's getting like chipped more by the tight end. So now he's dealing with the offensive tackle. He's dealing with tight ends. He's dealing with linebackers. He was much more productive playing at middle linebacker and blitzing. So Quinn will probably just move him around and but the kid is crazy. He has crazy skills. But he's another kid. He has no clue what he's doing, and he's getting by pure athleticism. That's it. Next, the Bears. Is it Big Dickers or Little Dickers? Only the old people are going to get that. That was a Saturday night skit. Like I said, I can't wear my hat. I got a piece of my scalp removed. Got them Will Johnson, cornerback, Michigan. Gave Caleb Williams some defensive help. Even though he's not looking that swift, he thinks he's Patrick Mahomes 2.0. But he only got 2 games under his belt, But Chicago is a ruthless town, bro. And the way he is, he better start winning, or they're gonna treat him brutally. Next at 13, it's the Dallas Cowboys picking. They got Deone Walker, defensive tackle, Kentucky. 6'6", 360. Listen, this kid is a straight-up zero tech. And if you see, have you seen Dallas's run defense, or basically lack of run defense, going on 4 years now? Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, for my Spanish friends. Cuatro years, we can't stop the run. So, like I said, the kid's 6'6", 360. Don't expect no pass rush out of him. Don't. He's just a monster in the middle that's gonna keep your linebackers free. He's a no frills type of player. And that's it. Don't expect anything in the passing game. We're gonna have to go. We could have went with edge, but when Williams, who went earlier, Pierce went off the board, Abdul Carter. Listen, I think you could say edge, DT are the number one needs next year, and it's way too early for a running back. So at 14, we got the Dolphins. Dun dun dun. Considering Tua Tagovailoa's brains look like scrambled eggs, with Cam Ward, quarterback, out of, ironically, the U. Now, this is Tua's fourth concussion. I'm not impressed by that. I don't know if I'm supposed to be, because when you're a middle linebacker and you're a defensive tackle, every single play is a concussion in the NFL. When you're a running back, every single play is a concussion in the NFL. Does this kid have a thin skull? It's possible. We don't know. But he's on his fourth, and he's on IR. So if you're a Finn fan, don't be mad at me. This is a way too early when we're having fun. 15-team mock draft. I'll do the other 17 teams either tonight or tomorrow, probably later on. 15, how ironic, the Oakland Raiders are on the board with no quarterback. I'm not a fan of this kid. I'm not, but seems everyone else is. But I'm not a Raider fan, so I'm giving you just what you wanted. Drew Aller, Penn State quarterback. I'm not a fan of him. I'm not. I don't think it seems like every other draft guy is, but I'm not. His deep ball is horrible. Their number one wide receiver on that team is a tight end, Tyler Warren, which I gave you a video on him also. His deep ball is brutal to look at. And we also know Raiders like to pass the ball, but also, too, in the same token, Raiders have spent in the last 3 years like 2 first-round picks on tight ends. So if you want to pound the ball, run the ball, play conservative, and use 2 tight end sets, then this kid's for you, if that's what you want to do. So we only did 15 teams for this video, because if I would have did all 32, we would have been going out probably like a 40-minute video. And I'm really not up to like a 40-minute video today. I mean, right now, I'm just not a morning person, too. Mornings suck. And we're in the afternoon. So I'll be doing 16 to 32 later on. You could probably tonight, let's see, tomorrow night you can catch me on Cowboys Corner, 10:30, 10 o'clock Central Time. And then tonight, most likely, you could probably catch me on fifth quarter Cowboys. Like I said, they're all cool people, man. We all talk, we all give our opinions, and it's a good group, and we don't drink the Kool-Aid. Everybody that likes, sub, and subscribe to those channels. If you like this video, sub and subscribe. We all know when you're rocking with the GWO, it's for life. Like I said, don't shoot the messenger. I did not make this draft list. I just put the players in. Over and out.